Right now at 5, dash cam video released showing what happened when a Camden County staff sergeant shot and killed a man in a traffic stop. This story's made headlines because that man spent 16 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. His family spoke publicly today, upset over what's happening.
My brother was a gentle person. My brother was a loving person. He did not deserve this bull.
Yeah, we just spoke to Leonard Keir's family, who just viewed the videos themselves.
They've been with civil rights attorney Ben Crump all day, who described it as very troubling and said it was escalation met with escalation. News Protection reporter Marilyn Parker is in Camden County tonight after speaking with Keir's family. But we begin with Tarek Minor and a closer look at this just released dash video and body camera video. Tarek?
Yeah, this video was just released within the past hour. We're going to walk you through this dash cam video and the body camera video of what happened during this traffic stop. This is the start of the deputy's dash camera video. You can see Keir's truck pass the deputy on the left. The deputy then followed Keir's truck to pull him over, saying he was going over 100 miles an hour. It takes about a minute to pull him over.
Get out! Put your hands back here. I ain't doing it. Put your hands back here.
The deputy then demands Keir to get out of the car. Keir says he didn't do anything. The deputy and Keir start to argue there. The deputy then threatens to tase Keir if he does not follow directions. The two arguing there on the side of the highway. Then this happens.
You are under arrest for speeding and reckless driving.
I'm not driving. Nobody was hurt. How was I speeding?
You passed me doing 100 miles an hour.
Okay, so that's a speeding ticket, right?
Sir, tickets in the state of Georgia are criminal offenses.
I don't have a ticket in Georgia.
You do now? Hands behind your back.
Keir and the deputy continue arguing, and then you see there the deputy tases Keir, and that is when Keir turns around and tries to knock the taser out of the deputy's hands. And as you see here, the two on the side of the highway start fighting. Keir then eventually knocks the deputy's glasses off of his face. The two continue in this fight. And here is where the deputy reaches for his baton first to try to hit Keir off of him. And then you see the deputy struggling as Keir continues to push the deputy's face on the back of his neck. We are going to stop the video right there. That is when the deputy reaches to his side, grabs his gun, and shoots Keir one time in the side. The deputy then calls for him as Keir was on the ground. Now, here's the body camera video from that exact same moment. It's really hard to tell what's going on because Keir is so close to the deputy, and the camera's right there on his chest. This is more dash cam video after more deputies and first responders arrive at the scene. They immediately try to render aid, but we know that Keir later died from the gunshot wound. Now we want to get you to News Projection reporter Marilyn Parker is joining us live from Camden County tonight. And Marilyn, I know you've been speaking to Keir's families moments after they've watched these videos for the very first time, along with their attorney this afternoon. Marilyn.
Yes, they say they feel it was escalation met with escalation. However, they didn't see any efforts by this deputy to de-escalate the situation. They say they did see their brother turn and get physical with the deputy. And take a listen to what I asked them right after they said that.
Is there anything you wish your brother would have done differently from what you just saw?
Not moved to Georgia, in all sincerity. I wish he had not been speeding if he were speeding, because again, there was no radar. The officer was driving and my brother passed him and he immediately got behind him, but they were unable to tell us how he gauged his speed. That's still a bit ambiguous at this point.
But they believe their brother, their son, their uncle should still be alive. And look, the video is out now. People at home are going to draw their own conclusions about what they saw happen. I want you to listen to this mother who's lost her son not once, but now twice. She says the police didn't have to say a thing to her Monday morning because she knew the police had killed her son. How? She says it's a fear that she's lived with, and she knows her son lived with that fear as well.
I was uneasy every time he left because I was like, will he get a traffic stop? Is he going to be a victim of that? Because from the time that he was released, he was never set free. I lived in constant fear. Every time the phone rang and he wasn't home, even if he was at work, is this going to be the day that they're going to lock him up, beat him up, or kill him? I lived with that. I lived with that. That is torture.
Now, one of Cure's brothers shared how he felt the deputy got out of the car very aggressively and how their brother's emotions and the deputy's emotions led to this unfortunate situation. And this was incredibly hard to watch, and the things in this video are troubling from both perspectives. You have some people who will say, well, Cure should have just complied with the officer's demands. Well, some people also don't know what it's like to spend 16 years in prison for a crime that you did not commit. And I actually just did a search with the National Institute of Justice. They talked about how people who are exonerated go through a great deal of depression, anxiety, trying to figure out how to come back into the world. Coming up tonight on News4JAX at 6, Attorney Ben Crump talks about exactly that, the level of PTSD and the mental capacity. They say Leonard Kerr was triggered in this moment. We're going to break that down and have some more emotional sound from this family. They were incredibly hurt today. It was not easy watching that video and having to come from South Florida with a sick mother, and Leonard Cure was just there visiting his mother. She said the last thing that he said to her was that he loved her and that he would see her again soon, and that's just not going to be the case. We're going to have more details coming up tonight on News4JAX at 6. We're live in Kingsland. Marilyn Parker, Channel 4, the local station.